Since the 1990s, Carol Burnett and her spouse, Brian Miller, have been acquainted. The comedian was performing in Long Beach, California, when the couple initially got together. In November 2001, following several years of courtship, the couple tied the knot. The actress remarked of her husband, "We have a terrific relationship," when she was featured on PBS American Masters in 2007. "And I consider myself extremely lucky to be with him at this point in my life. And he has been embraced wholeheartedly by all of my pals. And everything works out perfectly because he loves all of my friends." Burnett was previously married to late television producer Joe Hamilton from 1963 to 1984, as well as actor Don Saroyan from 1955 to 1962. Together, Burnett and Hamilton have 3 daughters, Erin, Jody, and Carrie. Who is the husband of Carol Burnett, then? What you need to know about Brian Miller is all right here. Miller is the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra's lead drummer. He was the personnel manager for the orchestra before. In addition to his employment as a drummer, he is a music contractor for establishments such as the Hollywood Pantages Theater and the Hollywood Bowl. He has put together groups of musicians, conductors, and producers as a music contractor for events including the national tours of Hamilton and Waitress and performances by the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Miller and Burnett tied the knot in November 2001. She once told People about her spouse, who is more than 20 years her junior, that he's funny and not easily intimidated. "The difference in age between us gets smaller as we mature. I doubt you could have a conversation like we do if you were 40 years old and married a 20-year-old. Their marriage took place just 2 months before Carrie, Burnett's eldest daughter, passed away from pneumonia brought on by lung cancer. Her age was 38 years old. During her October 2022 podcast interview with Dear Multi-Hyphenate, Burnett discussed how Miller helped her continue with her play Hollywood Arms following Carrie's passing. The drama was written by the mother-daughter team and presented on Broadway and in Chicago. "Carrie passed away and well, I'm her mom and I didn't want to get out of bed," Burnett said. "And my husband," the show was going into previews, said, "Carol, you owe this not only to Carrie but you owe it to director Hal Prince to finish." Miller and Burnett took a plane to Chicago to see the play's previews. "We're on the plane, my husband and I, to Chicago, and I said a little prayer to Carrie," she said. "I told them, I want to do this, but I don't want to be by myself. Accompany me. Be with me somehow. Even though you're not physically here, I need proof that you're still going to be with me." Due to Burnett's daughter Erin's drug problems, Burnett and Miller were given interim guardianship of Burnett's grandson, Dylan, in January 2020. In 2022, a guardian for life was appointed. In a statement issued in 2020, Burnett stated, "Due to addiction issues and other circumstances that my daughter, Erin, has been struggling with impacting her immediate family dynamic, my husband and I have petitioned the court to be appointed legal guardian of my 14-year-old grandson." Additionally, according to court records that People was able to get at the time, Brian is Carol's husband of nearly 20 years, and Carol is Dylan's maternal grandmother. Despite not being Dylan's biological grandfather, Brian has known Dylan all of Dylan's life and regards Dylan as his grandchild. Miller has frequently joined Burnett on the red carpet and at award shows throughout the years. The two went to the Broadway premiere of Tootsie in April 2019 and the 2020 Golden Globes. Miller and Burnett were also present for the 2003 Kennedy Center Honors, where Miller was one of the recipients for the evening. During the early stages of the COVID-19 epidemic in April 2020, Burnett spoke with The Hollywood Reporter about her and Miller's daily routine at home. "I miss going out to dinner or whatever, but that's a small price to pay," she stated. "My spouse and I go on walks, play Scrabble, solve crossword puzzles, and watch vintage movies. We've done a lot of takeaway because the restaurants where we are in Santa Barbara allow it, and I think it's vital to support them." They were able to resume their dinner date routine after that, and in July 2023, they were photographed out at Lucky's in Montecito. Burnett waved at photographers when they arrived at the restaurant, even though Miller wasn't in the picture. On April 26, 2023, NBC will present Carol Burnett, 90 Years of Laughter Plus Love, a 2-hour homage to the iconic comedian. Burnett will turn 90 on that day. Miller is an executive producer of the special, according to Deadline. On April 26, Burnett's birthday, the show will air at 8 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time. The next day, Peacock will stream the episode. Miller has already contributed to a couple of television specials for his wife. He served as the Carol Burnett 50th Anniversary Specials music contractor in 2017. Burnett had her hands and feet set in stone outside of the TCL Chinese Theater in Los Angeles in June 2024. Miller attended the major event together with a number of A-list celebrities, such as Laura Dern, Jimmy Kimmel, and Dick Van Dyke.